Hi everybody, Kaiwaza with you. Welcome back to my channel. Today is, I haven't done one of these in a long time because I haven't really done it in a long time, which is a haul video. Not super big haul, but combined haul video of a trip I took to Savers on Senior Discount Day and to the Hawaii Collectors Expo this past weekend. So let me, I guess, just start by going through what's a little bit less, which is the trip to Savers on Senior Discount Day. I had a mission actually because they haven't had very many records in a while, and I'm trying to not get a lot of records right now, you know what I'm saying? Because I have so many I need to digitize and move, recirculate, that I didn't want to get too many, but I haven't been in a while, and I had a mission of something specifically I wanted to see that Savers would probably have, and I did find it, which is this right here. Now I got this is not from Savers, this is from Ross. I picked this up last week. It's quite heavy. It's a ceramic thing. I love it. Planter, whatever, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I love it because it's sort of a combination of like a human head and an Easter Island moai tiki, whatever you want to call it. I love it. It is hollow. I just stuffed some paper in there, so you could, I guess you could actually plant something in here if you wanted to, or you could do something with it, or just like that. I mean, it's fine, but I thought I might try and go to Savers and try and find some potpourri, or maybe a fake fern, or some potpourri or shells or something to put in there, because they always have like weird bags of stuff at Savers. And they did. I haven't put it in yet, but I picked up some potpourri, which was discounted. Senior discount is 30%, which is a good one. So it's 30% off at $3.99. But this bag of sea salt and driftwood potpourri, which I thought that would probably look good in there. So I'll probably actually just open this up and put it in there as soon as this video is done. And then they did actually have a few records, surprisingly. I mean, a few, not a lot. And I did pick up a couple because they were just, I couldn't resist. You know how it is. 2, because of the series they're a part of. And then 3, because they were French-Canadian records I'd never seen before, and I was just very curious. And these were all just $1 with the 30% discount. Happy Organ, maybe you've heard of that. These are for my Moody Mood Music Easy Listening station. I'm the entertainer, so these are just songs. I have the Happy Organ Hawaii one, which is, kind of weird. These are weird, I don't know, they're not like a, what am I trying to say? It's not like a beautiful big organ in a church or something. The Happy Organ is literally the Hammond organ that were sold that you played in your house. That's what it is. So it's just somebody that's very good at it, playing it. But this was curious to me because I'd never heard of this. The Happy Harmonica. Have you heard of the Happy Harmonica? I had no idea. Turns out there were a couple, 2 or 3 records in the Happy Harmonica series, but this is Happy Harmonica and the big bands. I have played a little bit of that to hear it, and it's not a harmonica, it's multiple harmonicas, similar to the Harmonic Cats group that was kind of popular back in the day. Okay, and then these 2 I got because they were French-Canadian. I just was, and I was curious. This is Melky, the piano, a piano in love. It's just kind of weird looking, and I wasn't familiar with any of the songs. I just didn't know what it was going to be, but for $1 I wanted to get it and see, and it is indeed like sort of modern for the 80s time period. Easy listening piano songs. Instrumentals actually really nice. And then Alain Morissade, Sweet People. French-Canadian, the record, French-Canadian. I didn't know who this was. I had to look it up. Orchestra leader, and he organized, as it turns out, a vocal group called Sweet People that had many hits in Europe, I guess. But this is instrumental versions of some of the Sweet People's hit songs. And it also is very nice. It's, orchestra piano. So yeah, that was cool. So fast forward to the Hawaii All Hawaii Collectors Expo, which happened this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There hasn't been one of these since COVID started. They do both the weekend shows, and then once in a while they do what they call Wiki, which is like a quick one-day sale on Sunday. And actually, the quick one-day sale, Wiki sale, a couple of years ago was one of the very first casualties of the COVID pandemic as far as events go. It was scheduled to happen on that Sunday. I was looking forward to it. And I think on Friday, they canceled it. And I'm sure a lot of vendors had flown in or whatever for it, from California and stuff, as some of them do. And woo, that was harsh. But yeah, it got canceled. And that was the last one they've had. So this one, when they announced this one, I should have taken pictures, but oh my gosh, when I went in line to get a ticket to go in, the line was like stretching halfway around the building. And I guess from other friends I've heard who went on the other days, it was still like a huge line all the time to get tickets, I think, which never happens. I think people were just so ready for this expo, and it was huge. Larger than usual. The entire inside of the convention area was open up and filled up. So there were tons and tons of vendors. I personally have never seen as many Hawaiian records in my life at a collector's expo as what I saw at this one, because there were several vendors with records, interesting stuff, and one vendor in particular, there were a bunch that had Hawaiian records, but there was one vendor in particular that had nothing but Hawaiian records, and he had hundreds of them. And I have thousands, literally, of Hawaiian records. So as far as music, Hawaiian records recorded in Hawaii, I pretty much have all of it. But there's a couple, and there's one I know of that's been evading me for some time, or whenever I found it, it's been outrageously expensive, and I'm just not going to spend tons and tons of money on it. And as I was leafing through his collection there of several hundred records, I just, how it is, I had this feeling like, oh, I think that record's here. I think it's going to be here. And it was $10, which is great. It's a Kona, Hawaiian kind of male vocal group from the 70s. And I think this is the only record they did. But this one has kind of avoided me. It's not that it's like, oh, the most amazing record in the world or something. It isn't, but it's just, I never had it, never could get it, never could find it in a record store or whatever. It never showed up in all these decades, and the few times I would see it online, it would be quite expensive. So I just have never gotten it. So I was happy to get it for $10, and it's now in rotation at Hawaiian Hi-Fi Radio. I did pick up a bunch of dollar bin records, kind of more or less, some for the Easy Listening station, and I'll just show you those. Hi-Fi Harp, Robert Maxwell, Chattanooga Choo Choo, the Lackawanna and Erie Express Band. I don't know, RCA Camden, so I was kind of curious about this one. And I haven't their other album, but I didn't have this one, Mariano and the Unbelievables. This is all like pop music of the day done in sort of a Baroque style. Really cool stuff. Sound of Magnificent Mandolins. Ray Anthony, orchestra leader, Young Ideas. Love this cover. Lazy Rhapsody, Lou Bush, his piano and orchestra. Isn't that great cover? Enoch Light and the Light Brigade, Spanish strings. Haven't listened to this one yet. It's a gatefold, but it's still in the shrink wrap. Is it a gatefold? Maybe it isn't. Well, let's find out. I'm gonna open it anyway. I still can't tell. Project 3 records. I love shrink wrap, but the fact of the matter is I'm gonna open them anyway. So, oh yeah, it's a gatefold. Now we know. And then, oh, this one I just picked up, Michael W. Smith. This is from the 80s. This is a Christian artist. I used to work at a radio station in the 80s, KNDI here, which is really principally an ethnic radio station. They broadcast a lot of different ethnic groups, you know, Vietnamese and Filipino and Samoan and blah, 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 all these shows in different languages to these communities. And during the other times, they have some Christian shows that they, you know, paid Christian shows. And so during the slots or different times when nothing's airing, we would play Christian music is what we were supposed to be playing. And I just happened to kind of like this record. So I haven't seen it, I don't think, since then. So I was kind of happy to see it. I kind of liked it. And then I finally got some postcards from a couple of different vendors. One was selling them pretty cheap at like 50 cents, and I bought $5 worth, and then he said, oh, you know, just go take some more. He's just take. So I did take some more, but the one I didn't need prodding, you know, the one I was really interested in, I love this one. It's called World Famous Kalakaua Avenue, Waikiki Beach, Hawaii. And I don't know the date on it. I don't know cars well enough to say exactly when it was, but it was quite some time ago, because the Jolly Roger there is still on, or is that? Yeah, Jolly Roger was still there. But Kalakaua Avenue, this is the main drag in Waikiki. So I picked up a bunch of these because I'll write to friends and things on, and there's certain people that I know will really appreciate that view of that, whatever, 60s Waikiki, whatever. Got one about Tahitian crafts, was sort of nice. I picked up a few of these extra ones. I got one, and then I got a couple more of these people playing their ukuleles at Waikiki. That's a nice vintage picture there. And then just some other ones. I got a couple of different vendors. So this is a Shipwreck Bar in Lahaina. These are all going to show up on my series that I've started, that I'm doing gradually, of Hawaiian postcards and other ephemera, because I do have a collection of postcards and paper ephemera. Outrigger Hotels, Danny Kalekini, who's a performer, some dancers from the Kodak Hula show, some people looking at orchids, and I love this one, Hotel Molokai. I don't know if the building is still there. I have seen it. I don't know. But yeah, that's awesome. Isn't that awesome? Hotel Molokai on the island of Molokai. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I got. I was really happy that the Collectors Expo has returned. Super happy. And I'm super happy I found that Akona record, because like I said, it's been eluding me, escaping my grasp literally for decades. So I was happy to find it for $10. Not a bad deal. That's it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know if anything here is interesting to you or thoughts about it. And don't forget to tune in to the radio station. They're linked down below if you're interested. And we'll talk to you guys in the next video. Have a good day.